Right, hula hoops, how we doing? I'm back as you can see. Been away, just been off for a couple of days and that, getting ready for my kid getting back to school and all that kind of stuff. Went into second year at high school. He's just no long turned 13. Good thing to seeing them kind of going through the motions of life and all that and it. And as I'm always saying, how I make sure he's got the guidance that I was probably lacking at his age. So I make sure, obviously, I keep tabs on his life. I'm a hands-on dad. I make sure I know who he's hanging about with and where he is, all that kind of stuff. So it's good feeling, and I'm glad the summer is finished with anyway, to be honest with you, because it's been an absolute shit summer. It's been fucking raining all the time, and then when it's raining, it's warm outside, so it's pure fucking humid. I hate weather like that. And it's been a really nice day today, but I've not been doing much, to be honest. I've been off karate for 3 months. I was just having kind of some issues and that, and I'm actually going back tomorrow night, so I'm looking forward to it. Can't whack a workout in somewhere like this, man. And I'm at my other class tomorrow afternoon, so 2 classes in one day, so I'll be tired out. Just a wee bit kind of anxious about going back tomorrow, to be honest, because obviously I've been off for 3 months, but fuck it, man, innit? I like that the wee interview I did a couple of days ago with Ross from Greenock. The numbers were clocked. It actually was doing alright. The numbers were going up every day. Alright, so it was. But the thing I wanted to talk about today was about this guy, right, who was in Shotts prison when I was there. He was in for a pure weird crime, right? His name was Brian Donaldson, but everybody called him Elton John, right? And the reason that I remembered this case, I'd actually forgot about it, but the reason that I remembered about it is because I was telling somebody about the time I took 3 acids in shots, right? Blunder, but fuck it, innit? Never took them before, so never took them since either, but I remembered, it just made me think of him. And he's not somebody who I would remember, to be honest. He didn't stand out. As I say, his name was Brian Donaldson. He was for Yorkshire, but he was in for attempted murder on his wife. And some of you might be thinking, like, oh, how can people like that be walking about shots? But when I was there was there wasn't sex cases walking about, but there was a couple of people walking about who were in for like mad shit, like fucking try to kill your wife, know what I mean? Just get a fucking divorce, mate, know what I mean? Fucking fool. But anyway, what the backstory was, so he's been racking up all these debts, right? And he was, while all this was going on, he was having an affair with this woman. He ran a caravan park with his wife, right? And he was getting into debts and all that. And he's basically got his wife to take out £100,000 life insurance. Now, in my view, and I'm just me, like anybody looking at this, that would be a red flag. If you were a cop looking at this guy's case, or say for talking sake, say I was married, right, and I'm like that to my wife, oh, you should take out a life insurance, and then when she takes it out, she just dies, like, do you not think that's suspicious? I would think so anyway. So he got her to take this life insurance policy out for 100 grand. And he started buying all these fireworks, right? And what they said in court was he bought more than usual. So I don't know if every year he was having like this kind of fireworks display with his family or whatever. But what ended up happening was he, a couple of days before bonfire night, I think it was 2003 this happened, because I was in shots, when I was in shots in 2004, 2005, he was there, right? In the National Induction Centre, the NIC that people call it. And he lured his wife to this cottage and shoved her in a room and set all the fireworks off, try to blow her up basically. And the woman is luckily escaped with her life, but she was burned and stuff, but she escaped through a window. And he's been charged with attempted murder on his wife. And the one of the things that she said, what the wife said when she was giving her evidence, was she said, when he shoved me into the room with the fireworks, I noticed his face was in a trance-like state. Now, that kind of made my blood run cold a wee tiny bit, because it made me think, see, when somebody describes a moment where they came face to face with death or something. I've heard some crime victims who've survived violent attacks say things like, he looked possessed, or he looked demonic. There's this kind of, it's almost like something just overtakes them, something for the depths, the darkest depths of their soul, man, just comes right to the surface. Whatever was festering in this guy's soul just came right out at that point in time. But as I said, luckily the poor woman made it out. Luckily this woman made it out alive. Do you know what I mean? So he got 12 years in prison for that, which is pretty lenient. But it was probably the first of its kind in Scotland. I mean, I've never heard they try to kill somebody with fireworks before. Maybe there has been a case like that, but I've never heard it. But it just shows you, like, how fucking stupid can some people be when you think that, because this has been premeditated, right, obviously. And the funny thing is, like, what was he, so if he pulled this off and he killed her, what was he gonna say, right? Or the fire, I blew it, like, what was his defence got? Because it would have looked suspicious if, like, was he gonna say, oh, I went to light a fucking firework and it blew up and set off the rest of them. It's like people when they set fires to cover up a crime, like, the cops and arson investigators already know how to conduct an investigation. They can find out if it's, you've used an accelerant, been petrol, fucking lighter fluid, whatever. And there's a thing called point of origin, which is basically where the fire started. And you'll usually find if it's an arson, that whole point of origin has been saturated with an accelerant, petrol, lighter fluid, whatever, something that's flammable. So fuck knows what this crazy bastard was thinking. And this is the mother of his kids. I believe he's got 3 adult children to the woman. And he, as I says, he got 12 years. But the thing is, he appealed his sentence, right, and got interim liberation pending his appeal. Basically, he got back out for another 2.5 years or something. But he, when he went back to court, he lost his appeal, so he went back to finish his sentence, his original sentence. But excuse me, I don't know if he finished his sentence in Scotland or England. But when I was kind of looking into this, he was back in the news, right, because he get done with fraud, like fucking diddling the benefit system or no reporting shit or something. And I was like, it made me think his original crime, like thinking, is that not what got you into this fucking mess in the first place? Like, because for what I understand, the shit that led up to him trying to kill his wife with the fireworks, it sounded like he had gotten into debt, and obviously he was having an affair with this other woman. So rather than divorce his wife, he's fucking thought, fuck it, man, I'll just blow her up in a fucking house full of fireworks. Like, what the fuck, mate? I can't get my head around some people. Like, why would you? How does it sound? How does that sound like a better idea than just getting a fucking divorce? Like, what is going on in your skull? And I remember him for shots. Like, I can't like, my wee pal Jai that I sat with was in Jai's section, right? Shout out Jai if you're watching, mate. He was in Jai's section, but I can't remember him ever being pally with anybody. Like, he was dead. He seemed dead detached. Like, no somebody you would strike up a conversation with. Just something off about him. And it struck me as he was definitely one of the prisoners who, he wasn't like one of the troops, do you get me? Seemed like a fucking, like one of the kind of, like, they're all just scumbags, I'm not a criminal sort of attitude, you know what I mean? It was my first impression of him, to be honest. But guy was a strange fish. And I remember that time that I took the acid, right? And I was in Jai's cell. Me and Jai were fucking out with boxes, right? And I couldn't stop fucking laughing, right? I just couldn't stop laughing. And it was a pure high-pitched laugh. It sounded like a pure demented mental patient. Pure cackling or something. And I was laughing that hard, it was like I was doing stomach crunches, right? And I pulled my t-shirt up on my head so that nobody could see me, right? But I could see through my t-shirt, and Jai was lying on his bed fucking laughing at me laughing, right? And I could hear people in the section going, who the fuck is that laughing? And that Elton John walked past, didn't he? And he stuck his head in the cell and done that to Jai. What's wrong with him? Talking about me, and I'm looking at him through my t-shirt, just can't even stop fucking laughing. And I can't remember what Jai said. Jai said something fucking, oh, he's just fucking, whatever it was he said, I can't even remember. And the guy just, oh, alright, and just walked away again. What's wrong with him? Fucking out my nut. But, strange guy, man. Definitely. You meet some strange people in jail, but meet a lot of good people as well, to be honest with you. Needed that, man. Orange and mango juice, it's the one, mate. But, I've got to head anyway. I've just fucking thinking about that the day because I was telling my pal about that time. And it's mad when you think of, like, you can forget all about people that you met in jail, and then something like will maybe trigger a memory, and then you end up remembering that again. But I am glad you liked that interview with Roscoe, man. I'm going to start doing more of them, but see, sometimes it's just my own laziness, man. I'm not going to lie, right? Just, I never chase people up, man, for some reason. Like, I did, like, there was a few people in the past that said, oh, I'd love to come on and da. And obviously I speak to them first, like, I don't just, like, I wouldn't just, like, put somebody on and then they're sitting fucking shouting about, like, trying to big up just madness, know what I mean? Like, I like to make sure I talk to them and make sure they're, like, kind of compass mentis at least, know what I mean? But,
I'm
going to start doing more anyway, but there's a couple of people just through like life circumstances, not they just kind of wasn't the right time that from, which is fine, know what I mean? It happens, but I'm definitely going to be doing more of them soon, so fucking keep these posted, not. But anyway, you all take care, and I'll speak to you next time I'm on. Catch yous.